Yes, you heard me right. But, like the term queer, it can also be offensive depending on how it's used. You might even heard the word being used daily as a form of endearment among the LGBT. It's not a derogatory term, but it's not something trans women want to identify as. Today's video, we will be talking about the Filipino term, bakla. Hello, my name is Mackie of My Transgender Date, the #1 dating platform for trans women. Bakla! Hoy, bakla! Bakla ka ba? Today's video, we will be talking about the Filipino term, bakla. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So, what is bakla? It's a popular Filipino word and is used quite often. It can refer to gay men and trans women. Yes, you heard me right. It is used for both. It's not a derogatory term, but it's not something trans women want to identify as. I personally did not like someone, especially a stranger, calling me bakla. The definition of the word bakla in English translates to gay men. However, because of the LGBT community in the Philippines, the term bakla was evolved into more of an umbrella term like queer. What is the origin of the term bakla? According to Filipino anthropologist Martin Manalansan, the word has two possible origins. It could be a combination of the terms babae, which means woman, and lalaki, which means man. Or it is a shortened term for the word babaylan, which was an ethnic group of shamans. If you have some more ideas or inputs about this, please tell me in the comments. I would love to learn more. How is the term bakla used? The word bakla is often used in informal conversations. You might even heard the word being used daily as a form of endearment among the LGBT. In fact, sometimes we shortened it to akla. But, like the term queer, it can also be offensive depending on how it's used. So please, use it lightly or better not use it at all, especially if you are referring to a trans woman. Many Filipinos use it to pertain to gay men, whether they're effeminate or not. They also use the term bakla to address trans women. So here's the big question. Can you call trans women in the Philippines bakla? A lot of us Filipino trans women do not like being called bakla because we identify as women. Again, the term bakla is used to identify gay men. Trans women in the Philippines want to be recognized as women and not men. How should you address Filipino trans women? If you want to address a Filipino trans woman properly in Filipino, you can call her trans Pinay. Pinay is the term for a Filipino woman, so the term means trans Filipino woman. You can also simply say babae, which means woman. There are some trans Pinays who want to be referred to as ladyboy. However, this is slowly being considered obsolete. So your safest bet at the end of the day is trans Pinay. Are trans women accepted in the Philippines? Sadly, in this day and age, the Philippines is still not the best place to live for trans women. Despite the growing number of LGBT people in the Philippines, there is still inequality and discrimination. As you may know, or maybe you have no idea, that the Philippines is predominantly Catholic, and a lot of Filipinos still think that homosexuality or being part of the LGBT is a sin. There are still a lot of trans Pinays experiencing discrimination in the street. There are also challenges in getting a job. Although I can say that there is improvement when it comes to visibility, we still have a long way to go to be fully accepted and acknowledged by our government. There are still places in the Philippines where dating a trans woman is still considered taboo. But with the help of social media, trans visibility, and activism, the big cities like Metro Manila are more accepting. Plus, with our online dating app and my personal advocacy, which is to normalize transgender love, dating, and relationship, and creating informative videos like this, I believe we are contributing in creating a world where love knows no gender. So sign up now. I put the link in the description. Can trans women get married in the Philippines? The short answer is no. Because we are allowed to legally change our gender markers, our legal documents do not match how we identify us. You can still have a wedding ceremony here as a symbol of your love. However, this will not have any legal hold on properties or assets shared by the couple. I personally attended several weddings of trans couples here. I have a video of the last wedding that I attended that you can watch here. Many have asked if it is legal. Unfortunately, they are not acknowledged legally by the Philippine government. We are still fighting for equality here in the Philippines. The SOGI, or Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity Expression Equality Bill, has failed to become a law. The bill aims to protect LGBT individuals, especially trans people, from harassment, violence, and discrimination. So until today, we are still rallying for change. How does the media portray trans Pinays? There are more and more trans Pinays who are visible in the mainstream media. Yours truly have been on national TV a couple of times. However, I believe that Philippine media still lacks roles for trans artists to portray. In most cases, trans Pinays are still presented through comedy. There are only few major roles and stories that represent trans Pinays positively. But slowly, Philippine media is changing by uplifting the trans Pinay community. My good friend Francine Garcia has portrayed a couple of roles in movies. And last year, Jervy Lizaba, better known as her stage name Khalid Karen, became the first trans Philippine news anchor. Who are other famous Filipino baklas? I'm using bakla here as an umbrella term, so I will not only be mentioning trans women but gay men as well. First on our list is Vice Ganda. Meme Vice became famous because of the noontime show Showtime. Because she is so witty and sarcastic, she is very popular among the locals. Vice has starred in many local comedy movies. Her presence in mainstream media has also made a big impact for LGBT visibility in the Philippines. Next, we have Kevin Balot. Kevin Balot was the only boy among her siblings growing up. So when she came out as trans, her father did not accept it. Growing up, her father expected her to be an engineer. But that was far from Kevin's dream. She joined local Miss Gay pageants while studying nursing in college. What she didn't know was that she would become the first trans Pinay to win Miss International Queen in 2012. And that's when she made history. Or should I say, her story. Third on our list is Boy Abunda. Boy Abunda, or more famously known as Tito Boy, is one of the biggest showbiz icons in the Philippines. But before becoming the Tito Boy, he said that he came from an ordinary family with a simple life in the province. He went to Manila for a better life and became a public relations manager for a firm. He then got a job at one of the biggest networks in the Philippines as a TV host. He is now known as the Philippines King of Talk. Lastly, we have Francine Garcia, who I mentioned earlier. She became famous after winning the country's most popular beauty contest for trans women called Super Serena. Fun fact, I was also one of the participants in the pageant, and that is where I met her. All these names I have mentioned have paved the way for others in the LGBT community. Trans visibility is important. LGBT visibility in the media is also important. It shows the younger generation that we are capable of succeeding in these industries. Now that you know the meaning of bakla, I hope that you use it in a respectful way. Now, what is transgender woman in your own language? I would like to know, so please comment below. If you like this topic, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to share this video. Thanks for watching mga bakla, and see you in the next video.